Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. Today I'm super excited about this project and I hope that you guys like it. It's kind of like a little bit of mixed media because I don't know, I kind of wanted to push myself to do something different or something that I'm not necessarily comfortable with, and I absolutely fell in love with the results. I did make a few mistakes that I will point out throughout the video so that maybe if you guys get inspired to do this, um, you won't make the same mistakes. So I'm gonna start off. This is a brand new traveler's notebook insert. In my first mistake, I'm already adhering the watercolor paper. So this is two different types of paper on each page, if that makes sense. um, as you guys can see, I have adhered, this is 140-pound watercolor paper to the inside of what is the cover page, and I am going to trim it. My mistake was that I shouldn't have adhered it at this point. I should have just cut out like a reasonable size paper and then blended my colors before I adhere it. So I mean, I still made it work. You guys will see it as we move along. Yeah, it's just that I wish I maybe wouldn't have glued it so quick, because um, you guys are gonna eventually end up seeing that I end up removing it. So I'm gonna be using my Distress Oxide inks to blend, and blending was a little bit difficult. I am not so good, I would say, like blending. And if I were to advise you on anything, it would be to just keep going until you find a consistency that you like. Because when I started, it was like, oh my gosh, they could see the circles of my blending tools, and how am I gonna make this work? And I just kept going. It did take a little bit, you guys. I know that I shortened the video so that you guys are not like here just watching me blend forever, but I will admit that it did take me a little bit, like a, I don't know, maybe 15-20 minutes. And again, I want to reintegrate that I think what made it difficult was that the inks blended beautifully on the watercolor paper, but because the insert was almost like a thinner, I don't know, it was a different style of paper, it was harder for me to blend that side of the page, which right now it's upside down, so it would have been like the right page, the right side of the page. Or if you're looking at my video, it's going to be on your right side. so I did struggle a little bit, and I just kept going, you guys. Again, just trying to find a consistency. This is, in case you couldn't tell by the title, this is inspired by Games of Thrones, which hopefully will be ready to go and watch the final season next month. And I have sprinkled my inks with a little bit of water just to pick up some of the spots, and so that it looks like snow and ice. And that's kind of like the inspiration behind this project. It is honestly one of our favorite shows that I have literally bought every single CD of every season and I just own the collection because we just love that show. So yeah, that's the inspiration. And looking forward, I wanted to base this layout as this is what we're looking forward, not only in the new year but also like in the next month. And of course we're looking forward to a lot more things, you guys. A show is not that important, but something to, we're kind of nerds. So we're excited for it. Right here, I finally realized, like, how was I ever gonna stamp this? So I am carefully, as careful as I can, even using my craft knife, I am removing the back side and peeling it off very slowly so that I don't damage the paper, because I am gonna end up stamping. Um, so if you guys don't know, you guys maybe will see like a flash of it once it comes on camera, but there is a company called Kindred Stamps that makes kind of like culture or whatever's popular in culture stamps, and I they have this one inspired by Games of Thrones, and I wanted to use the throne, the throne of 1,000 swords, right? And and I am going to stamp that in the center. I am gonna eventually bring a little bit more magnets because the paper was so thick. I wanted to make sure that it didn't move at all for me, and when it was time to stamping. So here is the throne stamp, the throne stamp, and I am gonna be using my Ranger archival something. Yeah, my archival ink. And another thing, you guys, being just honest, it took me quite a few times for me to get the stamp as dark as I could. And I think this was another mistake that maybe you guys could learn, or that I learned for the next time, is to stamp the image first and then leave the lighter color around the stamped image so that it looks like it's almost like a bright shine behind it. Because it was really hard for me to stamp it. Like I said, I ended up stamping it a lot, like just going over and over with more and more ink until I was able to get it to like a color of black that I was happy with. I'm also picking up a stamp that's winter. I wanted it to say, or the title of this layout is Winter is Here. And the stamp set did come with a stamp that says winter, but I was not happy with the white ink that I was using. The Distress Oxide just did not allow for the white to be picked up. I don't know if that's because of something I did, or because, I don't know, the colors were just not mixing well together. So eventually, I'm still trying right now to stamp the word winter in white ink, but eventually I'm gonna end up giving up and just moving that aside. And I've already have in mind that I'm gonna end up using stickers, white stickers. So I'm gonna put the stamp set away, and I am going to clean up my station, put everything away. Well, not everything, but just clear my area so that I'm able to bring back the notebook, and I am going to adhere everything back. So here's, I guess, my third mistake or lesson learned. When I stamped the throne, it, to me, it was centered to the paper. But when I come back, and you guys will see it in a little bit, and I start using the paste, it kind of made the throne look like it was off centered. Maybe it already was, I just didn't pay attention to it. So that's something that I don't necessarily think I was happy with, but I'm gonna obviously leave it as it is, and like I left it as it is, but something to be conscious of I guess is what I'm trying to tell you. It's just something to be conscious or look for if you're gonna recreate this look. I ended up using the Ranger texture paste in opaque. Is that how you pronounce it? Opaque matte or matte? Matte, I guess. I can't pronounce. Oh, I always crack myself because I can't pronounce. But anyways, I'm using these textured paste that's gonna dry the color that you see now. And I wanted to simulate like ice and snow, kind of like, because the Night King is coming. I don't know. That's what I was going for. Anyways, I wanted to create it to make it look like there's icicles and snow and ice. And as you guys can see, or you're able to see, that it almost, maybe I'm just being too super picky, but it looks like my throne is now not centered on the page. And that's because the snow or the dried ice that's on the left side kind of gave the appearance that it wasn't even. I don't know. You guys know what I mean? I'm sure you could see it. I didn't know how to fix it. I didn't want to start from scratch, so I just left it as it is. Here is a little 3x4 poster that I printed. Honestly, I just went to Pinterest and picked up the new season poster and saved it on a Word document, saved the picture, and then just printed it. And I am gonna put that on the back of like just basic white cardstock so that it creates like a white background. And it's really just the same thing that I'm writing on the title is the same title that's on this picture. It says Winter is Here, Season 8. And I'm gonna trim that off. Going to move that over, kind of play around where it is that I want it. Here's another little poster that I printed. They're not posters, they're like images that I printed on a printer and then put it on the notebook. So I'm putting my title now. It's gonna be Winter is Here. You're gonna see that my words are a little wonky, and that's okay. I didn't want to press them down until I knew that's where I wanted them. So I know they look a little wonky, but that's because I'm just kind of laying it out, and eventually I'm gonna come back and place them in the right position as to where I want them. I'm gonna adhere the little picture down and then fix the rest of the title. And I don't believe I show it on camera, but you know what, I'm gonna add the final picture on the end of the video so that you guys could see. I thought that the throne was still kind of losing its transition between the ink, between the oxide inks and the actual stamp. So I am going to come in with the white pen, a white ink gel pen, and I am going to highlight the throne all the way around. You guys are only seeing the bottom part, or the side and the bottom, but I actually end up doing all the way around the throne, and that made a huge difference because it made that stamped image pop a little bit more. And to finalize the layout, you guys, I end up bringing some Heidi Swapp acrylic white paint. I am going to mix it with water and then just take my brush, mix it around and create almost kind of like a dewy mixture, so that I'm able to tap my brush and create like that snow effect on the page. So like I said, you guys, I'm gonna add the picture towards the end of the video so you guys could see what the gel ink pen made a difference. Well, in my opinion, it made a huge difference. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this layout, maybe learned from my mistakes. And let me know in the comments below who is your favorite character or what show you're looking forward to this year. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this layout and this video, and we will see you the next time. Have a good one. Bye.